exciting privilege to be on your screen today. I am excited to have you here. So welcome, 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 welcome. For those that are joining for the first time or you are seeing me today for the first time today, my name is Patricia. I'm a child protection activist, a developmental psychologist, and a family life educator. I help parents or caregivers to understand how to raise children of trauma. So I'm also a trauma recovery coach and a trauma informed educator. So I help parents to understand childhood trauma, how to prevent it, how to prevent childhood trauma, and also how to heal from childhood trauma, because many people transfer trauma to children because they are not healed. In fact, so many adults don't even know they went through trauma, and because you did not know that you were abused, you did not know, you don't even know. Some people don't even know what is child abuse or what, when they just knew they didn't have it smooth growing up, but they didn't even understand what went on in their life. So it's very important. Awareness is very important as an individual. If you are aware of something, then you can know how, what you can then decide, okay, this happened to me, how can I help myself to heal? So one of my goal is to help adults who have gone through childhood trauma to understand, to become aware of what they went through, and to be able to heal from it, so that we don't keep transferring trauma. Now I also work a lot with women. So many people are in toxic relationship because either they are still in their trauma, or their spouse is in the have not healed from their childhood trauma. So the awareness we create has really helped a lot of women to realize that, oh, what is going on in my life, or why I'm behaving this way, or why my husband is doing this, is because of childhood trauma. And we have been able to help a lot of women start healing. And also for the men, we are not just women, but majorly we have a program for women where we reach out to women and talk to them about childhood trauma, because of course many we children are closer to the mothers, and we really want you to raise healthy, but emotionally healthy children. So today we are talking about um, grooming, how predators manipulate children and their families. Now there's what we call grooming. I've started the conversation on child sexual abuse about 3 weeks ago, and we've talked on we've defined what is child sexual abuse. We've talked about how to know what is, how to we talk about child sexual abuse. I think we have had 2 topics already. So today we are talking about grooming, how predators groom the children and their families. So I want to welcome those that are joining me. Candy. Okay, I don't want to murder your name. So I want to appreciate you for joining me. Thank you for joining today. I would like to know where you are connecting from. I want to know where you're connecting from. So is this your first time of joining this conversation, or you've been joining? I would like to know. So for those that are just joining, I'm Patricia Abokede, and I'm talking to you from Nigeria. So I believe you are going to have a healthy, a robust knowledge joining this session. So I want to welcome all parents, all children caregivers, either you are a children teacher, either in school or in religious organization, or you are a parent. This is a topic you must not miss. It's a topic you need to really pay attention to, and hang on here with me. Make sure you don't go, because I have something very important for you. In fact, there is something very, very tangible you need to get towards the ending. So make sure you stay here with me, stay connected till the end of today's discussion. So we're talking about grooming. Grooming is a way to describe, a terminology is used to describe how people who abuse children sexually, how they get the attention of the children and even the family. So most times when predators are grooming children, they don't groom them alone. they do it, they groom the family along with the children so that they can have ease of way with the child. So what exactly is grooming? Now before I continue, I want to let you to know that not this discussion to get you afraid or to make you to be unnecessarily suspicious of everybody, but it's to create awareness to know that what do you need to pay attention to as a mother, as a caregiver. What are those things you need to pay attention to? In fact, even as caregivers in schools or children environments, you need to understand that you are not the only one there. Some people are there because they really want to abuse children. You need to have all of this awareness. So many times abuse does not just happen. The truth is, many times when a child is abused, it didn't just happen suddenly. It's not, abuse is not always a one-time thing. It's not somebody just pick a child and started abusing. It happens once in a while, yes, it happens once in a while that it's a one-time thing, but most of the time it's not a one-time thing. It started gradually. As a matter of fact, in fact, statistics says that many people who abuse children and people those children are familiar with, people those children are maybe their family members and all of that, they have uncles, aunties, religious people that those children love and trust. So most time when abuse come from that kind of people, they don't just bump on the child and start abusing the child. They create some level of trust, some level of they gain the child's attention, they gain the parents' attention, and that's what we are going to be discussing today. So many predators prepare the environment first before they abuse a child. So they build trust, and then they manipulate first. And all of this is way of grooming the child and the family. So that's what we are talking about today. So I would like to know if you understand that awareness is very important to protect children. I want you to type awareness saves life. Put on the chat awareness saves life, because awareness, if you are aware of something, that is what you can prevent. But if you are not aware, if you are ignorant of something, how do you want to protect a child? How do you want to prevent something that is harmful to you if you don't even know that thing exists? So I would like to get on the comments awareness saves life. So what is grooming? Grooming is a deliberate process where predators build trust with a child. Now, and oftentimes the family, and this happens in order to gain access, control, secrecy, or silence with the child. So most times the predators groom the child because they want that child to trust them, and then they don't stop at the child because they want it that even if that child wants to say anything to their family members, they have already gained the trust of that family. So it's always difficult for people who for the family members to believe that the child is saying the truth when the predator has really groomed the person. So predators prepare, they rarely appear dangerous. That most times when we talk about child sexual abuse, it's not always strangers. We of course, strangers abuse children sexually, but then it's not always strangers. Most of the time people who do these things are people who the child actually has trust in. So sometimes they appear to be a kind person, they appear to be helpful, they want to help the parent, they offer to help the parent. Maybe we have a busy parent, they want to babysit for the parent, they want to take the children to school, they want to offer to take the children for outing, swimming, or other things, and they appear very friendly, they appear very generous, they appear trustworthy, and all of this is just a manipulative way to gain the trust of the child and the family. So grooming often happens at home. So like I said, in fact, statistics have shown consistently that most times when it comes to sexual abuse of children, a lot of times it's happened within family members and all of that, and it happens a lot at home. Imagine an uncle who is, or an auntie who is being too kind, too nice, too welcoming, too friendly, always bring candy, always ready to take the children out. I am not saying everybody that is doing like this is bad. No, people are not all bad, but I'm just telling you, as a parent or as a caregiver, to be more aware. Don't take everybody's kindness just as kindness. You need to be more aware. It happens in school. Some teachers, they try to be nice to a child, and then from there they gain access to the child's. They become, they pretend to be too kind and all of that. So it happens in religious spaces. We have had a number of times when religious leaders take advantage of children. It happened in sports. There was some times ago when there was a news that a coach, was abusing his team, and he has had several attempts with many of them, not one, but thank God for one child that spoke up. One child spoke up, and when they started doing investigation, they realized that he has even had his way through almost all the children. So it may be a very nice coach, it may be a very nice person to the children, and because he's nice, many of them will want to be quiet, and it may be so nice even to the parents, that the parents may find difficult to believe that he's even doing anything serious with the children. Then grooming also happens online. Now we are in the digital stage where everybody is online. Well, maybe almost everybody is online, and even our children, they are also online. And you won't be with your children all the time. So one of the reasons why you need to be informed is to know, and also to educate your children on cyber security. Online safety rather. Online safety. So grooming also happen around extended family. In my last conversation, the last conversation I had, I shared a grandfather who was taking advantage of his grandchildren. Imagine a grandfather. Just imagine that child telling the mom, if it's the mom's father or the father's father, now say, grandpa is doing this to us. How do you want that parents? What do you want them? How do you want them to interpret it? So these things happen, and as a parent, you should don't just assume that everywhere is just everybody is safe. So I want to welcome those that are just joining us. Hello, Brooklyn. Okay. Somebody is joining us from Brooklyn. Somebody is pro gamettes Candy. Thank you all for coming. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed to this channel. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, share the link with somebody right away so they can also get this content. So grooming happens in very familiar places where children have fun. It happens in parties, children's party. You wouldn't even think that somebody would just come to the children's party to come and do anything silly. So grooming happens all around. Anywhere you see a child, grooming happens. And some people join children services like children church or caregiving environment, because they are willing, they are there to pray a child, or they are just there to take advantage of some children. So don't have it in mind that even people who care for children caregivers, some of them are predators. So these are things we need to be aware of, so that when as parents you are not ignorant of evil around you. Now, why do predators groom? Why do they have to groom a child or even the family before they strike? Why is because They want to gain access. They don't want to look like a bad person. They want they want the trust of the child. They want the trust of the parents. They want control. They want to take charge of that situation. They don't want to be suspected at all. Imagine somebody who comes, maybe you are a very busy parent, and you just, anytime you are very busy, that moment that you need help, the person just shows up, and I say, oh, thanks goodness, this person is around. Can you stay with my children for a while? Can you stay with my children for a while? And you feel very comfortable, the person taking care of your child. Or you're in a particular place that you feel, oh, my children will get care in this child care center, and there's somebody there who could be a predator. So we as parents or uncles or aunties or carers need to be informed. Now, why saying this? I am not trying to say that everybody is a predator. No, I'm not saying everybody is bad. No, I'm saying this for you to be aware, so you don't be in the dark, so you don't assume, oh, my children are just safe somewhere, or this person is they are safe with this person. It's important for us to be aware. Why are you needing to be aware? Not for you to be scared, for you to learn more about sexual abuse and also educate your children. Empower them. Let them know this is right, this is not right. When this is happening, this is what you need to do. When this is wrong, this is what you need to do. It's very important. Now, how grooming starts? How does grooming actually start? I'll take you step by step how grooming starts, because like I told you earlier, people who abuse children don't suddenly okay, Azin said, how are you? I'm fine. How are you too? Thank you for joining me today. Azin 900, thank you for joining me. I would like to know where you are connecting from, where you are connecting with me from. I'm talking to you from Nigeria, and I hope you are getting value for today's conversation. So how does grooming actually start? So there are stages in all of these things, in this grooming habits. Okay, the first thing is the predator targets the vulnerable. So, okay, thank you for joining from Lekki phase 2. That's good. You're in Nigeria. That's fantastic. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I hope you have subscribed. Make sure you subscribe. So the first thing predators do when they want to groom a child is to target. So this is very important for parents. This is very, very important. Now, what am I talking about? When a child is vulnerable, that child is a prey. A child that is always constantly bullied, always being spoken down at, a child that you're always, always abusing, maybe a child that is lonely, a child that is emotionally neglected, a child that is seeking attention, parents don't give attention, that child is vulnerable. A child that is struggling with self-esteem is vulnerable to predators. A child that is needing validation. Now, predators, because they are good at what they are doing, they know when they know a child that is having these issues, because that child will always be a lone person, will always be shy, will always be feeling, when somebody is lonely, when somebody is not feeling loved, they notice those things, and when they have noticed that child becomes a target for them. So imagine a person who is taking care of children in a school or in a child care center, and he notices a particular child. This person is a predator. He's in that school or volunteering because he wants to actually abuse the child. So notice that this particular child, when we are doing games, that child likes to be alone. Or when you say come and talk on the stage or come and participate in an activity, that child is always afraid, is always having low self-esteem. So what happens? It means that that it will target that child to say, okay, this child is having an issue. May begin to feel, okay, why are you always not coming to play with other children? And just say, I don't like being in the midst of other people, or I'm shy, or oh, why are you shy? And then the person begins to feel, make that child feel more comfortable with them, other people, then okay, thank you. All right, great. So so when the predators realize that that child is lacking something, that child becomes a prey. That's the first step. So why am I saying this? As a parent, make sure you create a safe environment for your child. Make sure you create a loving, caring environment for your children. Even if you notice that, of course, children are not equal. Some children are very outspoken, some are very, very shy. Well, let me say, some are introverted, some are extroverted. Even that one that looks like is introverted, it doesn't is not don't just say, oh, that doesn't give us problem, and you just ignore that child, because a lot of time the introverts can easily be left behind. You will just assume they don't give problem, this one is a calm child, and you just leave the child, and the child is battling inside them. Even the extrovert one, excuse me, still need caution. So you need to be aware. If you have a child that is always like to be alone, always feeling low, feeling like other children are better than him or her, pay attention to that child. That child can become a prey. So that is why this particular point is important. Predators target vulnerable children that are very they appear as prey to predators. Another thing you need to also pay attention to as parents or caregivers. Number 2 way, the second way grooming start is I've talked about the target vulnerable children. The second one is they build trust with the family. Now let's create a scenario. Let's take, for example, you're a very busy parent and picking your children can be very stressful for you, and then a neighbor says, don't worry, I'll help you to pick your children. After all, we are living in the same compound, or we are living in the same street. And then you just suddenly feel, wow, thank God, I'm relieved. And you don't even know that that person is intentional. He's trying to target a particular child. So when people they just offer to be kind, they want to relieve you of stress, don't always assume it's always good. At the same time, like I said earlier, not all intentions are bad. We have very good people out there, and there are very bad people out there. So when people are trying to be too kind to you, especially when it comes to the matter of your children, you have to do it cautiously. Be cautious around it. Don't just say, oh, thank God I've gotten somebody that will pick my children, and just forget about it. And then no, you also have to be intentional. You have a neighbor or a house help or a friend. In fact, I hope you know that even friends of parents abuse the children. I remember a case some years back of a man who offered to be picking a particular girl to her school. The school apparently is the girl is in the university, a new intake, and her school is of course not within their location. So this father's friend, I think his work is around that side. So he picks the girl every time the girl comes back from school and takes the girl to school. And that was how he gradually started harassing that girl. And I can't even remember the story again. I'm not sure how far it went. But because he offered to help the girl, and the father just thought, well, he's my friend and his workplace is close to my child's school, and that was it. So people can now sometimes building trust can be offering help, like I said, buying gifts. They volunteer often, like I just shared now. They volunteer to be nice, they volunteer to take your children out, they volunteer to do shopping for you, volunteer to babysit your children. Those are sometimes these are how predators groom families. They gain the family's confidence. So imagine someone that's been very nice to you, nice to your children, in fact sometimes help you to cook, help you to clean up, help you to do so many things, and you just feel relieved every time this person is around. You just feel relieved, you just feel comfortable that this person can play with my children. You just feel like, this weekend where are you going to, madam? And you say, this weekend I feel like resting. Okay, don't worry, let me take your children out. And this happen consistently. Obviously you will believe the person, you will assume the person is just a nice person, and you will trust the person. So why am I saying this? When people offers to be nice to you, query it. Not everybody is bad, but at the same time it's very important you don't let the hook, don't assume you have gotten a savior and you just release your children completely to somebody. Even if it's your best friend, you still need to be aware, need to be cautious. That is why you need to educate your children. That is why you need to let your children trust you enough that if anything happens, I am your safe I'm your safe harbor. We should be able to allow create so much trust. Let our children trust us so much that even if it's your best friend that is misbehaving around them, they can be confident to tell you. That is why when children come up with this kind of talks, don't shut them down. Don't say, how can you say this? This is my friend, this is my sibling, no. If you shut them down, that may be all. One of these, well, of course, before we finish this discussion on sexual abuse, we still talk about how to handle situation even if something like this is happening. We're going to talk about it, so I'll keep that for that time. So now, people, most times you see predators who are grooming the families. You see that you assume they are very caring, they are so involved, they are so trustworthy. All of those things are just gimmicks to gain your confidence and to have access to your children. Now, I'm also not saying that everybody that is being nice is a predator, but the most important thing is that don't lose your guard, don't lower your guard because somebody is being nice to you and your children. The third way grooming starts is the third way predators groom a child and the family, or how grooming starts is they start giving special attention to that particular child that they're interested in. They start giving special because of course all of these things is for a particular child or some children. They start giving attention. So how do they do this? They start giving gifts, offer treats, spend unusual amounts of time with the child. They make the child feel special. They make the child, on the child's birthday, they are the one that will bring the best gift. In fact, they will be the one to remember the child's birthday before the parent remembers. They'll be the one to remember that the child didn't have exam. They'll be the one to remember that, you need some special touch. You come and do revision with me. They will just be there for that child. They will be there for that child. Oh, this person cares so much about me. Imagine somebody that says, okay, you have the exam, let me do revision with you. Of course, and the father doesn't do, the parent don't do a revision with the child. And the child needs help. The child will obviously feel this person is nice to me. He wants the best for me. So why am I saying this? As a parent, you are the first point of contact when it comes to sexual education. So these things are things you should tell your children. When somebody give you sweets, if it's the younger children, somebody is giving you candy, giving you sweets, please tell me. I remember when I was in secondary school, there was a particular man, my friend's parent, a friend's father. I don't know how we got to know, because I trekked from my house long distance. I'll trek from home to school every day. So he targeted the time I was going to school. So he kept, every time he will meet me on the way, then he will give me a ride, and then give me 15 naira. Then 15 naira for Nigerian audience. That was when 15 naira just came out. It was a big money that time. And then he will give me 15 naira. And he gave me first time, second time, several times. Then one day, I didn't even know anything about sexual abuse. I didn't know. I was very naive. But then I was beginning to suspect that, why is this man always giving me money? And then I was thinking, why is he always coming about the time I'm going to school? Of course, he was also taking his children to school, yes. But I also noticed that he would drop his children. Then he would drive around and see me. He kept seeing me on the road. Then the day I queried him, I asked him, sir, I really appreciate you for the money you give me. Of course, he knows that I don't have money. That's why I'm trekking to school now. So I said, thank you. I appreciate you for the money you give me. I really appreciate that. And sometimes you give me a ride. But I want to know, sir, why are you giving me money? I asked him that question. Why are you giving me money? He said, don't you need money? Just enjoy it. You are children. Why are you asking that question? Just use the money and have a nice time. I said, but you give me all the time. I feel it's too much. That was the last day I saw that man. That was I didn't know anything about sexual abuse. I didn't. My parents never told me anything about sexual abuse. But I believe when I started all of this, when I started my campaign and started studying about sexual abuse and all of this, I realized that probably that man was grooming me. He was just grooming me and waiting for the best time to say, oh yeah, I've been giving you money, it's time to pay back. So let your children know, when somebody is beginning to give you gifts, let us know in the house, the younger ones that are still younger, primary school or junior school, let them, even if they share gifts in school, bring it home. Don't eat any gift without showing me, so that you can say thank you to the person that gave them the gift. So if somebody that is trying to groom your child and your child came and told you, this person gave me gift, you will say, oh, Mr. This person, thank you for giving my child sweet, oh, I appreciate it. That person will know that, oh, this child talks to the parent. It's not a child that just do things anyhow. So it's our duty as parents to let our children know what is safe, what is not safe. And also it's also okay for them to say no if they feel they don't want the gift, because as children are growing, they will get to the stage where they will begin, their instincts will start warning them. You should teach children when they are now in the, of course, when a child from the preteens and the teens, at that time their instincts should have developed to a certain where they feel a nudge in them when somebody wants to be nice, being nice. That niceness that is an abnormal niceness. Their instincts should quicken them. So that's another way. And number 4 now, the 4th way predators groom children is gradual crossing of boundaries. They have gained access to the parents, they built trust with the family, they have started giving gifts. Everybody has already assumed they are fine, they are good people, they are giving help. Oh, this person loves my child. Hey, this person, anytime is available, anytime this person is around, I feel very fine. In fact, I can sleep and leave my children with this person. That's when they begin to cross the boundaries. This will always happen slowly. It happens slowly. Small boundary violation, gradually. Then before you know it, excessive touching. Then they start poking, inappropriate poking. They start poking gradually. It starts gradually. They won't because they have been building foundation. These ones are not the ones that want to rape or anything. They want to really, really, really have access to that child. Then private conversation. Then they will tell the child, you are my gist partner. Anything I tell you, don't tell your parents. It's between us. It's me and you. Then they begin to isolate that child. They begin to create special moments along with the child. That's when they start offering to do lesson, or to do a revision with the child, or to take the child for swimming, or to take the child for an outing. They start creating long time with that child that is their prey. Then they start having secret conversation. At this time, that child had already gained their trust. They start making it feel like it's just between you and I, we are just friends. Don't let anybody know about it. And of course, the child already feel they are harmless. The child already feel comfortable around them. So the child will begin to trust them. Until they start doing secret things, secrecy, creating number 5 now. I'm taking it the fifth thing the predators do is creating secrecy. Now this is the biggest warning, where you need to really at this point they have had your child's trust. They tell the child, this is our secret, nobody should understand, don't tell your parents. Then they start mixing threats with trust. Now because the child now trusts them, they start mixing little trust, little threats. Now, healthy adults do not build secrets with children. No healthy adult will tell a child, it's our secret, it's just between us, it's our little secret. That's what I was trying to remember. It's our little secret. Nobody should know because they are special to me. It's just between us. No adult, an adult with their right sense, will not have anything to such things with a child. So let your children know that no secrets with you and anybody. In fact, there's what we call good secrets and bad secrets, or good secrets and secrets and surprises. The only thing you can say, okay, something is a secret, maybe you want to create a surprise birthday party, you want to do something surprise for a family member, and it's not only that child that will know, every other person will know except the person that wants to surprise. If it's not that, any other secret is no secret. In fact, when somebody tells you keep a secret with me, in fact, that is the best time to talk to me about it. Build your children confidence about this. It's very important. Let them know that you are their safe harbor. That whatever they tell you, you trust them, you believe them, and you are going to assist them in anything that they are doing. So now predators also are online. Grooming happens online too. It's not just physical. No, because we are in the digital world, and almost everybody is online. As much as we have good things online, we also have bad things online. In fact, there are more of bad things than good things. Somehow, there are lots of toxic things online. Toxic. People come online and wash their dirty linen online, and they also target children. So how does grooming happen online? Now, some predators pretend to be children. They pretend to be children. They there's a way you can put avatar on your DP, or you can put anybody's picture on your DP. Some people even put very handsome guy's picture. It's not them. Very handsome, good young person's picture, and all right, okay, that imagine. That's good. That's you are right. Say my child deserves more visibility. That's true. Yes. So help me to share it and let me know what plan do you have for me. All right. So as I was saying, grooming happens online too. So what am I talking about? So people who are grooming a child pretend to be younger people, because And most times these teenagers, they target for online grooming. They want that child to feel like we are the same. And you know that during the teenage period, these children are already having this hormonal imbalance. They are having feelings. They want to feel like adults. They are feeling nice. They are having this surge of emotions, and everybody looks handsome and looks beautiful to them at that time. They want to engage in sweet conversations, so they can easily be swayed offline. They can easily be swayed. So it's important for us as parents to let children know that not everybody online means well. We have had instances where people date online and then they date for a while, then the other party invites them. Actually, it happens to girls a lot. The man invites them to their place, and that'll be all. No, they won't. You can't trace them again. They are gone. So people, and for online grooming, it's not just about sexual issue. People do a lot of bad things. Organ harvesters and all of these people are there online looking for people to pray. So now, how do they start? They start by pretending to be younger people. If they are praying, if they are targeting younger people, they build emotional connection online. I remember years back, I was online when I started my over 10 years ago, when I started my activism. Somebody would just come and say, I love you. He would just put it online, I love you. I was married, a young woman. And then I would say, very innocent, I'll just say, I'm married, stop saying this to me. He would say, I love you more than your husband. Imagine if I was having issues with my husband. Imagine if I was having it tough in the home. I could easily be, imagine that was an adult, a married woman, and somebody was coming online and say, I love you more than your husband. In fact, that particular incident, because that guy kept coming to my Facebook, actually that made me to withdraw from Facebook. I withdrew from Facebook for years because I couldn't cope with that harassment. So that was an adult, a married woman. Talk less of younger people, adolescents who doesn't understand the language of love yet. They don't even know what is love. When they talk about love, it's something that they are thinking. Then they ask for photos. This one happened to me too. There was one time, I don't even know where that person came from. Just send me a hello. Before I knew it, started sending very silly pictures to me and then asking me to send photos. I don't talk about it because I'm online. Pictures that are irritating to me and asking me to send pictures. I didn't even know how to block people. I rushed to my husband and said, please, I don't know, somebody is sending something to me. How do we block this person? And that was it. Imagine a young newly married woman. Talk less of, now think about younger children who are just beginning to, their emotions are on the line. So when people tell your children, when people ask for pictures, don't send pictures though. If you send picture now, is your facial picture you send, before you know they start asking for nude pictures. And this generation, in my own time, if you are looking for CV, you will have a hard copy CV. Now your CV is on internet too. Everything you are doing is on internet. 20 years from now, internet don't forget. Once they mention your name, it will pop everything out. So children should understand that predators are online. When they start asking for pictures, asking for CVs, I said CV because I was thinking about CV. Asking for nude pictures, things like that. No, don't even answer them. And your children should feel comfortable to come and talk to you about anything they are going through, any challenge they are having when it comes to matters like this. Don't make yourself a tiger that your children cannot come and talk to you about it. That is when we say children should be your children, you should be your children's friend. Some people misinterpret it. we're not saying you should take nonsense and take everything from your children. What we are saying is that make your children comfortable to talk to you about anything. When they have challenges, let you be the first point of contact, because if they cannot confidently come to you to talk to you about these things, they will go to somebody else, and that somebody else will mislead them. So now, warning signs when it comes to online grooming. Secret device use. If your children are using device and they are hiding, when you are coming, they quickly hide it. You want to suspect, what are they watching, what are they listening to, who is talking to them. You say you have screen time, and after screen time they are still hiding to quickly chat. It could be somebody is maybe disturbing them. Emotional attachment to online strangers. If they are just emotionally attached to somebody online, you don't know them, you know a stranger online, it could be that the person is grooming them online. I know how this love thing happen. They'll just think they are in love. They won't know that the person has a plan, or they call it crush. In their generation they call it crushing. They say they are crushing, and that crush should never crush them. All right. Then sudden change in mood after internet use. If you notice that your child was chatting somebody and suddenly the mood changed, the child gets angry, got angry, or just withdrew, because somebody could be discussing things annoying, or you talking discussing inappropriate something with them, and maybe they don't want to hurt you, they don't want to talk about it. So, and if you feel they need some time, you can give them, but you still need to understand why they are being moody, what is happening. That is why parents need to be close to their children, connect with your children. It's very important. So what are the warning signs parents should notice when we talk about grooming? What are the things you should notice? Now, excessive interest in children. If you have somebody in your house, your neighborhood, any of your friend or your colleague that has been excessively interested in a particular child, it could be that they just care about the child, but a lot of time it could be that they are grooming that child. Somebody just pick a particular child in among all the children you have and is giving that child a special attention. It could be a warning sign. So flag it. Now, another warning sign is frequent alone time. This person always wants to be with your child. Maybe you have a domestic staff that is just being nice to your child, or your sibling, maybe their aunties, their uncle. It's now, well, thank God this time we are all familiar with all this different sexual orientation. Now it's not something everybody knows about it. So you don't think a child is a one uncle just like your son, just because, and they are boy male, you just feel everything is fine, or one auntie just like your daughter and you feel they are female, no, everything is fine. No, it's not always like that. It's not always like that. I've been in a school. I went to give a talk in a school, and a girl said she was initiated into lesbianism by her aunt. So even if you have your sister or your cousin or somebody, and they are having too much interest in a particular child, flag it. Now, like I said, not everybody that is nice is a predator. No, not everybody, but it's important for us to know this so that we can be aware, and we can educate our children, so that if anything is happening, they can reach out to us. Then yes, okay, so the alone time with children, maybe someone that wants to constantly babysit your child, they're always targeting when you will be busy. They know your busy time, and they're always showing up to help. Okay, all right, so they always want to help. They only want to be around you, around your children, when you are busy. they may be targeting somebody in your family, or they take your children out repeatedly. They are always ready to, they are always filling the gap for you, that you don't have time to take your children out. You are the busy mom or busy dad, you are always having issue with your spouse, and this person always say, don't worry, let me just take care of the children while you people are sorting yourself out. It could be that the person is targeting your children for something. Then create isolation situation. They isolated the situation. They love to create, they just try to isolate those children. They love to be alone with those children or that child. It could be a grooming period. Then boundary violation, when you notice that this child seems to be too close to this uncle or to this auntie. Maybe they are now they talk freely. The child is no longer afraid to talk back to the, imagine a young lady, a young girl who used to very respectful to an uncle, and suddenly she's not respectful again. Suddenly she talks back at him anyhow, and you begin to think the child is rude. It may not be rudeness, so maybe the child is giving you body language that something is happening between us. So when there is boundary violation, you should flag it. Then when that person is, another one is giving or favoritism. Am I right? When somebody is being is doing favoritism. I know you know what I'm trying to call. So this particular child though is the one that always gets gifts, or the gift is always special. There's favorism for that particular child. When somebody is showing favorism for your child, you flag it. Especially when it comes with emotional dependency. Your child has strong emotion with that person. Flag it. So, or the person encourages secrecy. This should never be ignored. If your child told you once that this person says, this is a secret between us, then flag it. So, how to protect your children? How do you protect children from these predators? So let's talk on prevention now. So very important. The best way to prevent sexual abuse is education. That is the best and the most important way. In fact, that is about the only way to prevent. Now there are three levels of prevention. 3 level: primary prevention, secondary, tertiary. But we don't want to get to the secondary if possible. We don't want to get to the tertiary if possible, because the primary prevention is the best. And how do you prevent sexual abuse on the primary level? It's education. Sexuality education. That is the best way and the only way for primary prevention. So teach your children body safety early. Teach them early. Don't wait until something happens, because prevention is cheaper, is safer than prosecution. If you say, oh, when somebody abuse a child, we'll take the person to the hospital, to the police station, we'll deal with the person. That area is not something you want to fight to. I've been there before. I've been fighting sexual abuse. It's not easy. It's not something you want to go into. So it's better for us to prevent it. Don't let it happen. So education is the best way to prevent. Because once it's past the preventive stage, once it enters, it has entered prosecution, somebody has done something, it's no longer within your control. You can't control that. You have involved other people. Either the court is handling it, or some agency are handling it, it's no longer within your confine, but the child has been damaged, the emotion has been damaged, the history has been made, and you can't erase history, it has been made. So the best way is education. So start early. Don't wait until a child is 10, is this, or somebody you had it, somebody's happened to somebody in the neighborhood, you know, say, oh, let me start education. No, start early. That's why I wrote a book, Save and Smart Economic Adventure. It's a book that teaches children simplified sexual education from age 3. Excuse me. The book is so simplified that you can use it to teach an age 2 years old sex education. And not only that, they will sing, they will color, they will role play. It's so fun. I'll put the link on this video so that you can get a copy for yourself or for your children. So teach them their body belongs to them. Teach them they can say no. There are some cultures excuse me, there are some cultures, especially in Nigeria, where children are trained to think adults cannot lie, like adults have the final say. No, let children know that adults can be silly too. They can misbehave, so that when that misbehavior is coming, they can put their feet on ground and say, no, don't touch me here, don't do this to me, I'll report you to my parents. Because when a child knows, can speak up, even predators will be afraid of them. Let them know they can say no. Let them know safe adults. Tell them they are safe adults. Who are their safe adults? Who can they trust? Who can they go and report to if something like this happens? They should know. And even the safe adults, if they are misbehaving, that's why you give children more than one safe adult. So maybe, for example, if you have told the child, if something happens, talk to your grandpa, talk to your grandma. What about the child that is being molested by the grandparents? So you don't give them a number of maybe about 3 people, or so that even if the safe adult happens to be the predator, they have another safe adult they can talk to. So make sure you get that book, Save and Smart Economic Adventure. I'll put the link on this description so that you can get it, so that you can start early. So the book actually simplify for parents. One of the reasons why they don't educate children is because they don't even know how to start. So it's also simplified for parents to be able to educate their children. Then second way is build open communication. I've been saying this since. Children should feel safe telling you anything. African parents, Nigerian parents, we have this fear-based parenting. The way our parents parented us, they put fear in us. The children will be fearing you when you are coming. They hear your car. They are pretending to be reading. When they hear your voice, they are running under the table. Margaret Thatcher. No, you can't parent that way now. The truth is that if you refuse to talk to them, they have ChatGPT, they have Gemini, they have all of them to ask questions. So let your children feel comfortable around you. Let them feel that they can talk to you about anything and they will not be punished. Don't put fear in your children about you. Don't shame them. Some parents can shame children. Imagine a child you have been traumatizing emotionally because you keep shaming that child. How would you want that child to come to you and tell you something like this is happening to me? So, open communication. Let the children feel comfortable to talk to you. Don't make them feel shame or fearful when it comes to children. So normalize boundaries. Teach your children boundaries. It's very important. Teach them privacy. What is private is private, not secrecy. Now when we're talking about don't let children keep secrets, even you as a parent, there's a way you'll be doing that your children will learn to be doing secrets. Imagine a parents have had situations like that. Parents are having issues, husband and wife are having issues, and then you start telling your child, go and eavesdrop what your daddy is saying on the phone. The father too is sending the child, the girl to the child to the parents, to the mother. You are using your children as tool, as missile for your own misunderstanding. So the child have learned to know that daddy has secrets, mommy has secrets. When people approach them with such things too, it's not, maybe that's what happens in the house. Or you do irritating things, and you tell your child, no, your daddy must not know that I did this, your mother must not know that I have a girlfriend. Okay, that means that's the norm in the house. So when somebody comes to them, and they will easily accept. So let children know private are private. We don't tolerate, children should not have secrets with an adult. There's what is called consent. You don't have any right to consent to any sexual relationship at this age. Sexual relationship is not for children, it's for adults, and adults that are married. I know we are listening, a lot of people are listening to me, so I'm not talking to some people. We have different opinions. So let your children know your family value, because everybody have family value. And family value may be no sex before marriage. Your own may be okay, you have to get pregnant before you get married. Depending on what is your own family value. But let the value be taught by you, the parents, not someone else. All right. So then respect for personal space. Now let it be you. Be the one that will even teach your children respect for personal space. Now if your children can knock at your door before they can enter your room, you to learn to knock at their own door. Let them know you respect their privacy. Because they are the parent doesn't mean you have access to everything that is theirs. Teach them. Let them know. They said this is something start from home. What's that slogan? I've forgotten. Something starts from home. You learn good habits from home. You learn it from home. Be the one that will teach your children these things. Don't let them get it from outside, because the way somebody outside will teach them, you may not say it the way you want to say it. Then another thing is that pay attention to behavioral changes. Children communicate through behaviors. Sometimes children will not tell you, they won't open their mouth and say something like this is happening, but their attitude will be speaking to you and you may not know. For example, a child that suddenly became aggressive, a child that was not aggressive before, doesn't have aggressiveness in their attitude, suddenly become aggressive. Or a child suddenly start talking anyhow to an adult, or that child started withdrawing. It is possible that that child is going through something and you need to pay attention to it. Or the child begins to be afraid, there's sudden fear, withdrawal, sudden attachment or avoidance. I just said it. Maybe before they used to love to go to spend holiday in a particular place, but now they say, no, we are not going to holiday there. No. Why? No, we are not just going. And you are forcing them to go there. Something may be wrong. Then they have to trust their instincts. I've said it earlier. At a particular time, your instincts should develop. So when your instincts is beginning to warn you, you should be able to trust your instincts. Teach them that once you feel nudge, you don't feel comfortable somewhere, leave that place. It's time to leave. Don't force yourself to do what your instinct is not doing. So I want to share something here. Okay. So what are the I want to share some things very important to you. Remember that grooming succeeds in silence and ignorance. When we're talking about grooming, it doesn't happen in open. It's of course the person groom you, and like I've shared earlier. But it's when there is too much silence about it. when the person has have gained your trust, have believed that you have trusted him or her enough, that's when they begin to penetrate your child. So it happens more in silence and ignorance. So you are now aware. Make your space, your home, a safe harbor for your children. Make yourself a yeah, thank you. Charity begins at home. Thank you. I want to pronounce your name, Zeph. Okay, Nelson. I saw Nelson. Thank you so much. Charity begins at home. Let your children learn from home. Be the first person to teach them. Let even be the person they are reading. You can't be speaking something and you are doing something else. Those children will not value. There must be a family value. They should be able to see you representing what you are teaching them, not you are teaching them something else and they are saying something else. And the truth is that children learn more from role modeling than what you say. They see you more than they hear you. So grooming starts from thrive in silence and ignorance, not because parents are foolish, but because manipulation is often intentional and strategic. The people that are grooming children, they are manipulative, they are intentional about it, while you are assuming they are being helpful, whatever. So let's go of shame. If you are suspecting something, please speak out. Now, don't, because I will discuss how we can approach things like this in another session, one of these before I conclude this sex education talk. So make sure that there is a way you don't confront an abuser just like that. You also make sure that you are sure of what you are saying, because if you assume, are you trying to take advantage of my child? What if the person doesn't have any negative intention? So you must also learn how to approach it than just confronting people anyhow. Sometimes, when we are overly suspicious, we could misjudge. So we also have to be careful so that we don't accuse people wrongly. But at the same time, please be aware, be intentional. Awareness, prevention starts with awareness, healing starts with awareness, and God will help us. So choose awareness. Don't be ignorant of the evil of the enemies. So I'll be closing now. So I want to leave you with this. Protecting children requires more than love. When we talk about protecting our children, you see, many parents, we pay attention to many other things: the children academy, their what they eat, what they wear, and other things. We don't protect their innocence. We try to ignore that part. There's the psychosocial part of the children. We try to make it look like, oh, because they are Christians, because they are going to church, because they are religious, oh, they are fine. No, it's not all that. You have to be intentional as well, because people who take advantage of children are intentional. It requires awareness. One informed parent can protect a child, and one educated community can prevent abuse. So every child deserves safety. Make sure you are a child protector. You don't allow your environment to be unsafe for children. So if this session has really helped you, I want to be sure that you gain value. Please drop on the comment. Type awareness protect children. If you are sure you've gained something today, type awareness protect children. I also want to if you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe so that you can always get our notification and you can join the conversation. So I always have this conversation every Sunday, 7 p.m. Make sure 7 p.m. West African time, okay, because I'm talking from Nigeria. I know people are joining from different parts of the world. So the time we start this conversation is 7 p.m. West African time. So I would like to have you as my guest again next week Sunday. All right, so subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share this link with somebody. Let's protect a child. Let's parent well. Let's break cycles of trauma. So what we discuss in this channel, we talk about child protection, parenting, trauma recovery, and emotional safety. So alright, that's what the conversations we have on this, and family life, building healthy family life. So finally, every protected child has a better chance to be healthy, to have a healthy future, and every safe child builds a stronger nation. So choose awareness, choose protection, and choose to be different. So I would love to have you again, to be your host again next week Sunday, 7 p.m. West African time. Join me on this channel. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share the link with somebody. Have a wonderful, pleasant night. God bless you. Bye.